Salutations, respective viewers. This is George from Ireland, making a video about the Conservative Leadership Contest, and what could be more appropriate than having a television journalist behind me making a report about the very same thing. So I'm here at number 1 Carlton Gardens, which is the official residence of the Foreign and Commonwealth Secretary. It's an office currently held by Jeremy Hunt, and who was his predecessor in that very exalted post? It was one Boris Johnson. Shall I call him Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson? Let's give him his full handle. Anyway, so it's a grace and favour house with a lovely garden. It's got parking, not surprisingly. And obviously they're only allowed to live in it whilst they hold the office. So it's not owned personally by the Foreign Secretary, wherever he happens to be. And it's in this very chic part of St James's, London. So Boris Johnson's travails continue. There was that notorious bust-up between him and his girlfriend Carrie Symonds. Notice that he hasn't disputed a word of it. Now, he hasn't actually said he had a shouting match with her and a slanging match, but I think this is affirmative silence. By saying nothing, that appears to be saying yes to it. If it wasn't true, why on earth would he not say so? He could have said, oh, the neighbours are making it up, they're both on the record as being Remainers, and they would do anything to screw me over to dream up a non-event. Okay, but so he tries to say his private life is private, and he refused to be drawn on this issue. So this really was not his trademark ebullience and verbosity that he responded to he responded to this event with. Anyhow, and then he was trying to say my private life is private. He then released a photo of his private life to try and help his faltering campaign. It was him and his girlfriend chatting whilst sipping tea at a garden table or something. But it's been put to Boris Johnson that, judging by the length of his hair, that must have been at least 6 weeks ago. And again, he was stum on that one. So was it a stage photo? Not sure about that one. It certainly wasn't a recent photo. It might have been months ago. We just don't know. So he's desperately trying to spin it. He has a PR problem here, but it's meant to be a question of judgment. So Jeremy Hunt, he's not as popular with the party faithful. He's not as much of a showman and all the rest of it, but obviously he's trying to say, you know, we actually don't need a clown. This is deadly serious Brexit, and he's more pragmatic. He would like to reach a deal. If he doesn't, then he'll just have to reluctantly leave on the 31st of October. Bojo is saying he'll leave no matter what on the 31st of October, which is scintillating, because Bojo is therefore making it a matter of trust. Do you trust him to honour his promises? And of course, Bojo is notorious for his chicanery and always putting numero uno first and not caring about the party or any principles. So he certainly travels light in that regard. He's unencumbered by any ethics or any honesty. And what's his name? Jeremy Hunt is dull but decent. He ticks all the right boxes. He's the right age, 52, so he's old enough. He's not too old. He's certainly lean. There's no scandal in his life. He seems to never put a foot wrong, apart from forgetting his wife's nationality. He's made plenty of money. He's not seen as avaricious. No one's ever accused him of doing anything wrong. He's competent. He's diligent. So it seems to fit the bill. Trouble is, he's a bit of like Son of May, a bit like May Mark II. There we are. All right, so Bojo will probably still win, but he just wants this whole issue to go away. The optimum outcome for him is people forget about it. Now, they're not going to forget about it immediately, but if you could just see it be a few more news cycles till it goes way down the agenda and people start talking about other issues, he can get back to playing to the gallery, to throwing some red meat to the hardline leavers, of which I'm one, incidentally. But I recognise that he doesn't believe, or indeed disbelieve in that. It's all egomania with him. So that's his strongest suit. He'd far rather talk about that than talk about whatever went on between him and Carrie Symonds. Now, he's not accused of committing a crime. He didn't hit her or anything. The police went in there. They said there was nothing for them to get involved with. So two couples have a heated row. No bruises or anything like that. So they left, and that was that. But the neighbours appear to have some sort of cause for concern. Miss Symonds hasn't left him, so of course I could be filming outside Bojo's house in Islington, or his girlfriend's house in Camberwell, which is South London, a strongly Labour area. If I got this right, Bojo's actually a constituent of Jeremy Corbyn, the leader of the Labour Party. There we are. So all shall be decided within a month with the Conservative Party voting. But, you know, Bojo's definitely still in this race. As I say, the likelihood is that he will win, but he just doesn't need more negative stories to come out. All right, some people have definitely made up their mind one way or the other. It's obviously the search for the floating voter. And the longer this goes on, the less of the fewer of those there are left. If this had happened a year ago, there'd been ample time to forget about it. If it happened the day before they had to close polls, then it wouldn't really matter because virtually everybody would have decided already. Remember, it's a postal vote, so someone will cast their ballots early, but it had the worst possible timing, almost on day one of the leadership campaign. So that's that. Now, Bojo will probably keep a lot of the cabinet on post. Jeremy Hunt, he might not be able to bear having Hunt as foreign secretary. I don't think he said not particularly dislike Jeremy Hunt. I think him just perhaps a bit too worthy. But Gove was obviously not going to be anywhere near the front bench because he backstabbed Boris Johnson last time. Anyway, so that's enough from outside the Foreign Secretary's residence.